All right. So, should we start the session now? Right. Okay. So the basic reason, the basic purpose behind this webinar is to like understand the complete pattern of this RBI examination, right? To understand each and everything, understanding the syllabus of this examination, the examination pattern of this and the how it is evolving in year on year. Okay, that we will see. Then we will try to decode the syllabus. Okay, whatever syllabus is being mentioned by the RBI, we need to decode it first. Okay, in order to make a proper grip over there. And the most important part of this webinar is to reduce the burden. That how we can reduce the burden, how we can reduce our study material. Because क्या होता है कि कई बार बच्चों से बात होता है the aspirants we used to talk with the aspirants and they have the same issues. क्या issue है? They have the same issue and the issue somewhere revolves that sir we have enough material, we have these sources, we have these sources, we have lots of current affairs magazines, we have like newspapers, we have RBI circulars, notification, guidelines, the speeches of the governor, deputy governor speeches, the upgradation that banking came with, right? And various other sources, the annual report, budget, economic survey. We have lots of resources, and along with that, the most I can say the most devastating one is that free resources that is available in the internet. Okay, the free resources that is available on the internet, it devastates your preparation actually. All right, I will give you the time. Okay, to raise your hand and to ask the question after the session, right? So these are the issues. Now, what are the solutions? The solution lies in that how you can reduce the burden. Okay, how you can minimize your resources. How you can minimize your resources. Here the solution lies. Okay, you have like multiple resources. Now you have to work in by analyzing your syllabus only. You have to keep syllabus in your one hand, right? And then you have to work on the resources that you have. And ultimately, when you will see at the end of the day, you will find that your resources has been minimized, it got concised, and you have to like read out only those things and by linking it with the current affairs. All right. So this session is basically it will over around that only, that how to reduce the burden of preparation for the RBI aspirants, that we need to understand through this webinar. Am I clear the purpose of the webinar? Am I clear with the purpose of the webinar? I think you should comment at least. You should move your fingers, okay? Because ultimately in phase 2 you have to write, right? Using the keyboard and all. Yes or no तो कमेंट कर ही सकते हैं, राइट? चलो, तो ये हमारा प्राइमरी ऑब्जेक्टिव है फॉर टुडे सेशन. नाउ अब हम लोग वन बाय वन वी विल ट्राई टू डिस्कस दिस थिंग्स, राइट? चलो, मूविंग टू द phase 1 and phase 2 things, right? Every one of you who are attending this session, there might be freshers, there might be veterans who are preparing for this examination, and कहीं पे उनका लैगिंग हो जाता है, like sometimes a lag with 2 marks, sometimes like 3 marks or 2.5 marks. उनके लिए भी ये webinar, all right? And obviously for those candidates who are starting, who are looking their career to being an officer in RBI, right, in coming years. तो उनके लिए तो obviously है, तो freshers के लिए भी है, उनके लिए भी है. तो let's try to discuss. पता है हम लोगों को in phase 1 examination, all right, we have like 200 questions, okay? और ये है syllabus उसका. Phase 1 का general awareness like 80 questions is there from general awareness. Then we have English, then quant and reasoning. लेकिन मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट क्या होता है ना आरबीआई में, जब क्वांट और रीजनिंग का पार्ट जो होता है ना, they used to ask a high level of quant and reasoning, okay, that you need to practice. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि रेगुलर बैंकिंग एग्जामिनेशन में जो आप प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो उससे आप आरबीआई के क्वांट और रीजनिंग को compete कर पाओगे, तो just forget about this examination. You have to make practice with good quality of questions. Sufficient तो होना ही चाहिए. If you will talk about the volume of the questions, then it should be sufficient. But apart from that, you need to practice the good quality of questions. Why I'm telling good quality of questions? Because If you will not practice, if you will not practice good quality of questions, then how you how you will able to solve in the examination? All right, आप पैनिक हो जाओगे in that enclosed room ना, you will get panic, right? कि इतना कम टाइम है and I have to do lots of questions, 30 questions, 40 questions, कैसे मैं कर पाऊँ? ओके, तो गुड क्वालिटी ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आपको सॉल्व करने चाहिए फॉर क्वांट रीजनिंग एंड इंग्लिश ऑब्वियसली। और जनरल अवेयरनेस जो बहुत बच्चों के लिए सिर दर्द हो गया है आज के डेट में, जनरल अवेयरनेस 80 क्वेश्चंस दे यूज्ड टू आस्क सर लास्ट टाइम ऐसा पूछा था, उससे पहले 2023 में ये ट्रेंड था, 2021 में ये ट्रेंड था, 2022 में ये ट्रेंड। ट्रेंड इज इवॉल्विंग सर, वी कांट एबल टू कैच अप द ट्रेंड ऑफ द आरबीआई। ओके, तो ट्रेंड इज इवॉल्विंग, तो हम लोग क्या करें, ये पूछते हैं बच्चे। तो हम लोगों का ये कहना है कि आपको उसके लिए ना, मतलब यू नीड टू डिकोड द सोर्सेस एक्ट, कि कहां से आरबीआई पूछ रहा है। इफ आरबीआई इज आस्किंग एनी क्वेश्चन इन दिस ईयर इन 2024, तो आरबीआई क्यों ये क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है? ओके, व्हाई आरबीआई इज आस्किंग अबाउट द डिजिटल इनिशिएटिव इन इंडिया, व्हाई आरबीआई इज लुकिंग टुवर्ड्स द एआई, ओके, इवोल्यूशन ऑफ एआई, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ एआई इन वेरियस सेक्टर्स, क्यों पूछ रहा है आरबीआई? वो इसलिए पूछ रहा है बिकॉज समवेयर एंड sometimes it got repeated in the newspaper, in the various financial daily newspapers. Okay, तो ये इस वजह से आरबीआई पूछ रहा है ये चीज। ओके, तो ये चीज जो है ना, हम लोगों को डिकोडिंग करना बहुत जरूरी है। और ये इंपॉर्टेंट इसलिए है ताकि इसके बाद ही ना, अगर आप प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट कर रहे हो या फिर आप प्रिपरेशन के प्रोसेस में हो, तो आपका प्रिपरेशन स्ट्रेटेजी इजी होगा, और आप जो है ना, मतलब यू विल बी इन लाइन विद द प्रिपरेशन एक्चुअली। ओके, यू विल बी इन लाइन विद द प्रिपरेशन, राइट? नाउ कमिंग टू द फेज 2 पार्ट, फेज 2 में ये है आपका स्ट्रक्चर, यू मस्ट बी अवेयर। और जो बच्चे नए हैं उनके लिए मैं बता रहा हूँ, पेपर 1 इज ईएसआई containing like 50% part, like 50 marks from the objective part and 50 marks from the descriptive part. Paper 2 is English, 100 marks, 33% weightage, बहुत important है। Means out of 300 ना, 100 marks is from here, and this 300 is going to count into final merit, okay, along with the 75 marks of your interview. तो ये कहीं ना कहीं ये 300 बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, दिस इज क्वालिफाइंग ऑब्वियसली। और इसमें आपको सेक्शनल क्वालिफिकेशन भी करना और एग्रीगेट कट ऑफ भी पास करना इन फेज 1। लेकिन फेज 2 में, क्या है, फेज 2 में आपको 300 मार्क्स से मैक्सिमम मार्क्स लाने हैं, ताकि आपको ये मार्क्स जो है वो काउंट होंगे आपके फाइनल कट ऑफ में, फाइनल विथ 80% वेटेज, ओके, और उसके अनुसार मेरिट बने फाइनल में, राइट? तो इसमें भी 3 पार्ट्स हैं, लाइक पेपर 1, पेपर 2 एंड पेपर 3। पेपर 3 फाइनेंस एंड मैनेजमेंट, तो हम लोग वन बाय वन ईच एंड एवरी पार्ट वी विल डिस्कस। और आज जो है ना, आज हम लोग पूरा सिलेबस को डिकोड करेंगे, ठीक है? मतलब यू आर सीइंग द सिलेबस एज ए मैक्रोस्कोपिक लेवल, आप अभी मैक्रोस्कोपिक लेवल पे देख रहे हो, आई विल लेट यू शो द सिलेबस इन माइक्रोस्कोप। ओके, माइक्रोस्कोपली कैसे आप देख सकते हैं, ऐसा नहीं कि ये सिलेबस दिया हुआ है उसके अंदर का मटेरियल्स क्या क्या है सिलेबस में। इफ दे हैव गिवन, इफ आरबीआई हैज मेंशन ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट, देन व्हाट कम्स इन ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट, इसको कैसे हम लोग अप्रोच करें, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट। तो माइक्रोस्कोपिक व्यू मैं सिलेबस का वन बाय वन आई विल शो यू, राइट? नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। ये स्लाइड बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग दिस, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज of this picture, this bubble, two bubbles you can see. Can everyone see these two bubbles on the screen? These two bubbles, क्या है ये two bubbles, क्या है? So what is this, what I want to depict by putting these two bubbles in the webinar, what I want, ये जो बड़ा वाला बबल दिख रहा है ना, दिस बिग बबल shows that what are the contents you have, what are the materials you have, what are the syllabus, what are the things, what are the things you have, right? And this small bubble is like how you can reduce the burden. Okay, see, 90% are wastage, whatever contents you are getting now, 90% are basic. I am talking about 90%, only 10%. If you will focus on that 10% now, definitely you are going to make into this examination, definitely, okay? तो इस सारे टॉपर्स का जो, इफ यू विल वॉच द टॉपर्स टॉक इन द लाइक इन यूट्यूब चैनल, ओके, तो आप यही पार्ट देखोगे कि दैट टॉपर्स, दे दे नो दैट हाउ टू मेक प्रॉपर स्ट्रेटेजी before preparation, before starting their preparation for RBI. Okay. Or this year we are expecting a good amount of vacancies in RBI. Okay. तो अभी आपने अगर स्ट्रेटेजी नहीं बनाया, दिस इज लाइक मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल, ओके, तो यू हैव जस्ट 3 or 4 months लेफ्ट. अगर आपके पास प्रॉपर स्ट्रेटेजी नहीं है तो फिर कैसे कर पाओगे आप? हाउ, मतलब it would be very difficult, ना? It would be very nearly impossible to cover that, like to cover that much of syllabus. Okay, along with various materials that is available in books or in इंटरनेट, राइट? तो ये बबल अगर आपने इस पे काम नहीं किया, इफ यू वोंट वर्क ऑन दिस बबल, ओके, तो फिर ये बबल बहुत बढ़ते 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 इन वन डे इट विल बर्स्ट. और वो टाइम आता है द डूम्सडे, द एग्जामिनेशन डे, दैट डे इट विल बर्स्ट. और आपको लगेगा यार मैंने तो ये भी पढ़ा था, ये भी पढ़ा था, ये भी पढ़ा, बट आई कांट एबल टू रिवाइज दोस. कहा कैसे रिवाइज कर पाइए? You have like, you have 500 schemes in your hand, you have 500 various initiative programs in your hands, so how you will revise those things? Then why to rate 500? Just cut it out, just make it 50, and I will show you that how to make it 50, how you can reduce the burden of your preparation, how you can cut short your preparation. See, RBI trained now, I always tell that RBI is mother of all the examination in respect of banking sector. Okay, like UPSC is mother of all the examination now, then RBI is also mother of all the examination with respect to banking sector. So if I am telling you that mother of all the examination, then you must have a smart strategy. Okay, इसका मतलब कि उसके पास कंटेंट बहुत होंगे, बहुत बड़ा सिलेबस होगा, बहुत कुछ है देखने के लिए. The entire economy is there. Okay, the entire Indian economy, international economy, the international relationship, the trade diplomacy, everything is there. Whatever going on at global perspective now, how that global things affecting our country's economy, that is also there, that you need to see. Okay, और वो जो है ना, अगर आप लोगों को लगता है कि यार स्टैटिक सिलेबस है, चलो फाइनेंस है, मैनेजमेंट है, ठीक है, ईएसआई है, जो जो टॉपिक दिया वो पढ़ लेते हैं, और लास्ट में वी विल रिवाइज द करंट अफेयर्स. दिस इज ए वेरी रॉन्ग स्ट्रेटजी. At all, it is a wrong strategy. Okay, current affairs is not like a 1 month game. अगर आपको लग रहा है that before after the notification I will start preparing for the current affairs, it is just a wrong strategy. All right, current affairs के लिए you need to give time. You need to give time. Current affairs क्या होता है ना, एक सीक्वेंस होता है. Current affairs एक सीक्वेंस फॉलो करता है. In that sequence the news actually develops. If RBI is trying to announce something for the banking sector, if RBI is taking any initiative to like minimize the cyber theft in banking sector, then it is talking about that. It will come in the speeches of governor and deputy governor, and you can see that in financial daily newspapers. And after few months, now you will find out that, oh, RBI has issued the guidelines, RBI has issued the circular, and now it is going to implement by some particular date. So it follows a sequence, and if you will not be in that sequence, now then you will be out of the race. तो रेस से बाहर नहीं हूं, यू हैव टू बी इन द रेस. ओके, अगर आप रेस से ही बाहर हो गए तो फिर एग्जाम के बारे में भूल ही जाओ, फिर तो कोई मतलब ही नहीं एग्जाम के बारे में फोकस करना. क्या प्रीलिम्स, क्या मेंस, क्या है इंटरव्यू, नॉट एट ऑल. और आपको लगता है मतलब स्टूडेंट्स यूज टू, क्या प्रॉब्लम है यार स्टूडेंट्स का ना, कि वो आइसोलेशन में पढ़ते, उनको लगता है प्रीलिम्स इज डिफरेंट, मेंस इज डिफरेंट, एंड देन इंटरव्यू इज डिफरेंट. दे आर नॉट डिफरेंट एट ऑल. You have, if you want to see in front of the panelist, that 5-member panelist on the day of interview, then you have to integrate your preparation. Means your prelims should be integrated with your mains preparation. Mains preparation and prelims preparation is integrated with your interview preparation. Everything is integrated. Why I'm telling this, things are integrated because of that sequence that I'm talking about. that current affairs sequence. Okay, because of this only I'm talking. Because in interview they will ask questions from the DAF and the current affairs, right? तो वहां पे अगर आपके पास कमांड ही नहीं होगा कि what are the developments, what are the ongoing developments in our Indian economy, then how you will work on that? ठीक है, तो ये चीज this only, so I am focusing repeatedly, I am focusing upon the current affairs because the entire syllabus is linked to your current affairs. Okay, and I will show you apart from the management part, because management में some basics are there. Okay, but rest out of the things are there in the current affairs. All right, तो हम लोग देख सकते हैं, we can see from this screen. Just let me erase it out. Right, we can see from this screen that how RBI in phase one, I'm talking about the phase one, okay, that out of 80 questions, RBI had asked 8 questions from schemes, 8 from reports, some 13 to 14 questions from RBI notification or circulars. Then we have general awareness, like miscellaneous type of questions from sports, defense, like any important MOUs, right? Some general awareness type questions. Then we have banking and finance related current affairs, 8 questions. Then ESI current affairs, 18 questions. See, ESI current affairs, क्या है यार? Economic and social issues. Economic and social issues means it will talk about poverty, it will talk about employment. Those are the social issues, those are the economic. It will talk about the GDP, it will talk about the GNP, it will talk about the purchasing power parity, it will talk about, like, these are the issues. Now these are the issues that are prevalent in our country, the economic issues, and how these economic issues are affecting the social sector, how it is affecting the different sector, different groups of person in our society. That we look, that we need to look on, right? If monetary policy is there, if government has announced any monetary policy, RBI has announced any monetary policy, Ministry of Finance has announced its fiscal policy, okay, with respect to employment generation, that we can also see, right? Various employment like Pradhan Mantri Kausal Vikas Yojana, okay, or Startup India. You tell any, if you can recall any like any employment generation program जो कि recently announced हुआ है. We can like we can make it this session a conversation, like, okay, you can just chat na, you can write these things in your chat box, right? Yes, very good. Internship scheme is there, Pradhan Mantri. NAPS is there, National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme is there. Yes, then Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana is there, Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana is there, okay, Digital India program is there. So these programs are basically launched for the purpose to serve the employment, to serve the to provide maximum employment to various sectors. But is this, are these policies are actually affecting the social sector? Are these policies? Huh? Yes, Swanidhi, Manrega, various programs are there, various programs and schemes. Very good. But are these? Yes, obviously, they are going to ultimately affect what? They are ultimately going to affect the society at large. Okay, society at large. Why I'm telling society at large? Apart from affecting the manufacturing industry, they will also serve the purpose of rural background, agriculture industries, food processing industries, right? Skill training industries. So they are going to affect the society at large. That's why this you need to look into such economic programs in with the eye of that how it is going to affect the society at large. अगर ये collaboration, ये linkage, if you will understand, okay, then it will be easier to all of you to decode the ESI. Okay, और ये जो है ना, ये understanding, it RBI आपको यार इतना, they are providing you more than 1.5 lakh of salary. So they will obviously expect something from you. Expect that I am not employing a person. Okay, I am employing an officer, an RBI officer actually. Okay, you will become an officer not after induction session. in RBI, you can develop the OLQ officers like quality during your preparation on. ये समझने की जरूरत है. Okay, you all need to develop this OLQ. You need to work on that. So ये कैसे कीजिएगा आप? How you can develop the OLQ officers like quality? By thinking that how you are going to prepare this examination, by thinking the various aspects of this examination, by thinking the various uh, social trends that our country is going on, that प्री कोविड के टाइम पे कैसा था हमारा कंट्री का इकोनॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर, पोस्ट कोविड के बाद क्या हुआ हमारे कंट्री का इकोनॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर, हाउ द फ्रेमवर्क एक्चुअली चेंज्ड, इट शिफ्टेड एक्चुअली, how people move from physical to digital world, digitalization. Although we are marking the first decade of 21st generation as the era of digitalization, the decade of digitalization, लेकिन if you will ask me now, that digitalization means trickles down to the person mobile, a mobile app, then we can see that post-COVID period was there. Okay, post-COVID period के बाद ही ये चीज हुआ है, that digitalization, everyone wants to use it, the digital mode of communication, either to make payment, to make transfers or anything, right? तो ये जो shifting है ना, shifting ये like 2016 में NPCI का ये डेवलपमेंट के बाद नहीं हुआ. It was concentrated to limited hand of people, okay, who are very much aware about the digital literacy in our country. ठीक है, लेकिन जो remaining mass थे, broader mass थे, they started using during the COVID period, and we have seen the smooth transition to digital India after the COVID, means post-COVID, right? Yes, various initiatives. Very good, Rishikesh. Various initiative was there. UPI 123 for featured phones, Bheem, Jam Train. Many things are there. All right. तो ये चीज समझना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट. यही था हमारा पैटर्न. सी हियर, पैटर्न ऑफ 2024. तो अगर आप जनरल अवेयरनेस देख रहे हैं, ईएसआई करंट अफेयर्स, स्कीम्स, देन रिपोर्ट्स, देन फाइनेंशियल करंट अफेयर्स, आरबीआई नोटिफिकेशंस, and at the last you are finding static, some 8 to 10 questions were there from static, और वो तो एकदम से गायब था in 2023. Although we have seen some question from static, लेकिन ये पार्ट भी जो है ना, ये पार्ट भी, if RBI is asking about inflation, and if RBI will ask in 2025, if RBI will ask about the currency depreciation, rupee depreciation, तो आप बोलोगे यार rupee depreciation was there in the syllabus, okay, somewhere microscopically it was covered in the syllabus. लेकिन नहीं, RBI is asking this rupee depreciation because our country is facing this problem as of now because of various reasons. Our country is facing this problem and we are struggling. Our RBI is struggling, MPC committee is struggling, that how we can appreciate the rupee. Okay, oh, it crossed the mark of 90, लेकिन recently RBI successfully able to like reduce it by 86. तो क्या what are the initiatives that RBI has taken? So rupee depreciation से they will frame the question here phase 1 examination. Okay, and the impact, the causes of rupee depreciation and the solution of rupee depreciation that RBI and Ministry of Finance is adopting in order to mitigate this problem, that will be asked in phase 2 examination. Okay, तो इस तरह से क्वेश्चन फ्रेम, इन दिस वे ओनली क्वेश्चंस गेट फ्रेम्ड फॉर योर एग्जामिनेशन. ये चीज समझना. और ये जो है ना, ये सारा सोर्स, देयर इज ओनली वन सोर्स. क्या है वो वन सोर्स? विच सोर्स आई एम लाइक ट्राइंग टू पॉइंट आउट? कौन सा सोर्स है इन ऑर्डर टू कवर ऑल दोस थिंग्स? यस, वेरी गुड नितिन. No, Bhavani, it is not PIB, it is newspaper. It is newspaper, not PIB. Again, I am clearing you, it is newspaper. Simar is saying newspaper plus reports. No, not even reports. You have to follow the reverse engineering over here. You have to, why I'm talking about the reverse engineering? Because, see, if you will cover the reports, let me explain you that why I am telling you reverse to do reverse engineering, right? Uh, then we will discuss the microscopic. We will see the microscopic aspects of our syllabus, right? So you have RBI circulars. You have governor, deputy governor speeches, right? You have various reports published by various agencies, like whether it is national agency like Niti Aayog or international agencies like World Bank, WTO, right, IMF. So various reports are there. And then we have like budget, obviously budget, economic survey, economic survey, right? These are various sources that are available with us. Okay. And whatever important is there with these sources, which is relevant for the banking industry, and the general public. Because after becoming an officer in RBI, you don't have to serve to the banking sector only. You don't have to serve to the financial institutions only. You are going to contribute to make policies so that ultimately it should serve the purpose of general public. Okay. तो जो भी रिपोर्ट, जो भी सर्कुलर, जो भी इंपॉर्टेंट रिपोर्ट्स या फिर announcements by various ministries, obviously ministries are there, number of ministries, whether it is environment, fire, forest, climate change ministries, that is also there in your syllabus, environment and sustainable issues. Ministry of Finance is there, health ministry is there. Okay, whatever important they are, Ministry of Education is there, ministry of, so whatever important announcements are made by them, those are highlighted in the newspapers. The only source is newspaper. So you need to follow this reverse engineering process. And if RBI has declared something in very much important that appears in the newspaper, just try to find out that thing, that particular thing on the RBI website in the circular file or the guidance. Right. In this way, you have to reverse program your like strategy in order to in order to prepare for this examination. ये बहुत important. This is very much important. Okay. Are you getting my point? समझ में आ रहा है what is reverse engineering and how you can apply? Everyone? या फिर सिर्फ ऋषिकेश ही समझ पा रहे हैं? Everyone is understanding? Please move on your fingers यार. Yes or no कुछ तो बोलो. If you will say no, then I will again explain it. Okay, so I think everyone is getting my point, right? तो ये जो है ना newspaper, it is very much important, right? Now, कोई बच्चों का प्रॉब्लम यार न्यूज़पेपर में फिर कौन सा न्यूज़ पिक करें, कौन सा न्यूज़ पिक करें? ओके, कौन सा न्यूज़ हम लोगों को छोड़ना चाहिए, कौन सा न्यूज़ पकड़ के रखना चाहिए? बिकॉज देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ न्यूज़. तो पॉलिटिकल न्यूज़, पॉलिटिक्स, एक साल अपने आप को इनसे दूर रखो. इट इज ए डिस्ट्रैक्शन, एक्चुअली डिस्ट्रैक्शन. यूपीएससी के प्रिपरेशन में भी ये सजेस्ट किया जाता है दैट कीप योरसेल्फ अवे फ्रॉम द पॉलिटिकल न्यूज़, राइट? आपको भाई प्रिपरेशन करना है, इस डिस्ट्रैक्शन में नहीं पड़ना है. आपका रेलिवेंसी कहाँ होना चाहिए? You should keep yourself updated with the finance related news, the economic related news, the social issues related news, right? So these news you need to catch on, right? The news related with science and tech with respect to financial institutions or the digitalization, artificial intelligence, machine learning, okay, Internet of Things. These things, the relevance of these things actually increasing in each and every sector, not only banking institutions, not only financial institutions, but also in agriculture sector. That is also there in the part of, that is also there in your syllabus, right? तो ये सब चीज आपको बस पिक करने न्यूज़पेपर्स. Okay, and if you are not able to pick up these things from the newspapers, then you can follow our like daily current affairs sessions. It is there in the C4S platform. Daily current affairs column is there. I can show you, right? Just hang on. So other things visible to all of you. So this is the website of Clarity for SEO. Is it visible? All right. So you just tap on this and you will find out everything. Okay, related to current affairs. You will find out that yesterday's current affairs got updated. All right. See here. In this way, current affairs being provided. International affairs, you have a different column. Then you have national affairs. And the most important part, which is important for every aspirant, whether they are preparing for RBI, whether they are preparing for NABARD, or any other SBI or IBPS, any IBPS examination, or LICAO, or any other examination related to banking. This part, banking and finance, this is the most important part. This is the most important part that we used to cover from various sources. Means 7 to 8 financial daily newspapers are the sources from where we used to cover this part. Then economic section is there, a different section, and we have like agri-business section is also related to agriculture. You can find out blogs, banking and finance news, bills and amendments, blogs, different, and agriculture news. You can also find out. That will obviously help you in preparation for NABARD. All right. Now, ठीक है, यहां तक समझ में आ गया कि कहां से करना है भाई. सोर्सेस पता चल गए हैं. अगर आपके पास टाइम नहीं है कि यार आई डोंट हैव टाइम कि सर मैं 5 पेपर 3 पेपर न्यूज़पेपर में पढ़ सकूं या पढ़ मैं आई कैन नॉट डू दिस, तो यू कैन यूज दिस सोर्सेस, राइट. एंड दिस इज वेरी कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव, बहुत कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव है. दोज स्टूडेंट्स हु आर फॉलोइंग अप दे कैन कमेंट आल्सो इन द कमेंट सेक्शन कि कितना कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव, कितना स्टैंडर्ड मटेरियल होता है. एंड यू विल फाइंड आउट ना कि न्यूज़पेपर जो भी एनालिसिस होता है वो आर्टिकल्स का, यू कैन सी कि वो आर्टिकल्स का एनालिसिस जो है मतलब इट इज लाइक इन क्वेश्चन आंसर फॉर्म. देयर इज ए प्रॉपर बॉडी, देयर इज ए इनिशिएटिव्स, देयर आर द गवर्नमेंट इनिशिएटिव्स, द वे फॉरवर्ड, द कंक्लूजन, एवरीथिंग इज ऑलराइट. या बेसिक टर्म्स आर आल्सो बीइंग कवर्ड. ठीक है, चलो कमिंग टू द सिलेबस पार्ट. ठीक है, अब सिलेबस को हम लोग कैसे करते हैं, कैसे करना है, कैसे अंडरस्टैंड करना है. ESI, दिस इज द सिलेबस गिवन इन द ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट ऑफ RBI. ESI का now see here. The first thing it is called talking about growth and development, then it is talking about the Indian economy, the reforms, the economic reforms, how economy has changed. Then we have like public finance, है ना, ये सब budget का part, public finance, economics. They have mentioned the economic survey and union budget clearly in their syllabus. How can you skip this? If you are skipping these things, or if you are taking these things lightly, then no need to prepare. Just let it. No need to prepare. I may be harsh to many students, but I'm telling you, just be honest with you. If you are preparing now, if you are preparing for this privilege examination, then be honest with your preparation. Else, just let it. Many other students, many other deserving candidates are there who are willingly wants to prepare for this examination and who are working day and night for this examination. ये है annual report, RBI annual report. Okay, you cannot skip this RBI annual report. Apart from the newspaper, you cannot skip this. You have to go through it thoroughly because it has its importance in mains as well as in interview. Okay, so RBI annual report is additional. Now let's try to understand these things through previous questions. That what type of questions being asked in our previous in 2024. Okay, so the first question, discuss the 5 key digital initiative introduced in Union Budget 24-25. Clear cut question. कि यार आपको बस डिस्कस करना है कि क्या क्या डिजिटल इनिशिएटिव्स जो है ना लिया था गवर्नमेंट ने इन दिस यूनियन बजट, इन लास्ट ईयर यूनियन. ओके, यू हैव टू डिस्कस दैट ऑन. एनी वन ऑफ यू जो आप बता सकते हैं क्या डिजिटल इनिशिएटिव्स. और ये डिजिटल इनिशिएटिव से क्यों पूछ रहा है? बिकॉज वी आर मूविंग टू द एज ऑफ डिजिटलाइजेशन, we are moving to the age of computerization, we are moving to the age of mobile app, mobile banking. Okay, So this digital literacy is important. Then only RBI can fulfill its purpose. तो पता है आपको क्या डिजिटल इनिशिएटिव्स? You must be aware with this such like digital public infrastructure जैसे कि आधार यूपीआई लिंकेजेस डिजी लॉकर. ओके, रिसेंटली देयर वाज a news with respect to डिजी लॉकर and इरडा, राइट? अगर आपने देखा होगा that it was there in the news also. Yes, SEBI and डिजी लॉकर, it was there in the news. So that unclaimed जो डिपॉजिट्स है, unclaimed अमाउंट है जो किसी किसी के डीमेट अकाउंट में पड़े हुए हैं and they forgot their password, so they can access the information from the digi. तो यार ये important, this was there in the news. This is a very first initiative taken by SEBI, the another key regulatory body. So why not you will expect a question from this person in either in phase 1 or in phase 2? कोई point ही नहीं है. Digitalization is there in the syllabus, SEBI is there in this, and see the initiative is there. phase 1 से भी क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा कि डिजी लॉकर के साथ which regulatory body has made a recent tie, and they will give you option like RBI, SEBI, IRDAI, PFRDA, NABARD. Are you getting my point? कहां से क्वेश्चन फ्रेम हो रहा है? I will also show you the sources. Okay, कैसे क्वेश्चन फ्रेम होते हैं. Then कमिंग, सब लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है या सिर्फ सीमर को समझ में आ रहा है? Is it clear to everyone? अगर आपको yes लिखने में प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, just write Y. Okay, and N if not clear. ठीक है, चलो. Coming to the next question, you can see over here. Explain the transformational journey of digital India initiative. It is talking about the transformational journey that I was discussing. कि कैसे ये ट्रांसफॉर्म हुआ मतलब आफ्टर 2000 ये जर्नी कैसे, मतलब 2010 में हमने कैसे दिस वन डिकेड एंड फ्रॉम 2010 टू 2016 एनपीसीआई, और उसके बाद प्री कोविड 2019 एंड देन पोस्ट कोविड टिल नाउ 20 मींस 19 ऑनवर्ड्स, राइट? तो ये जो जर्नी है ना, इफ यू विल नॉट है क्लियर कट माइंड मैप okay of this journey, then it would be very difficult for you to answer such type of questions. Okay, because you cannot find any model answers over such type of questions, right? Clear to everyone. Now next question क्या है भाई? next question है हमारा कि discuss the challenges of youth employment in India and suggest the positive solutions. तो youth employment is always there. Okay, अच्छा एक बात बताओ, we are moving to the ages of digitalization. Is it going to contribute more to the employment or it will lead to unemployment in our country? We are moving to the age of artificial intelligence. Is it going to generate employment in our society, or like Jaiswal is saying both? If I'm talking about proportionally, you just tell me proportionally, is it going to contribute to the employment sector in our country? I'm talking about our country, not advanced country. Okay. Saxena is saying they are both sides. Yes, both sides, but right now this is the problem. You have to think about this problem. कि दोनों को contribute कर रहा है, but somewhere it is going to contribute the skilled sector of our skilled. It is going to provide skilled employment in our country. What about the unskilled laborers? We have like हमारा क्या है like education. If India, if we are telling that 75% of Indians are educated, तो हमारा base क्या है? वो parameter. What's the parameter? If you are eligible to read and write in any of the language, na, then you will be counted as education. You will be counted that you are educated person. This is the parameter. तो हमारे country में ना financial digital literacy, we are actually, although we have shifted very swiftly to the digitalization post-COVID, but digital literacy is missing. Digital literacy is missing. Okay. Therefore, if Indian government is looking towards the artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things like technology, blockchain technologies, okay, and on this basis, RBI is going to introduce na CBDC. है ना CBDC? It was there in the question also last to last year. है ना? So if RBI or our government of India, okay, if they are trying to introduce such type of initiatives, then they should also see towards the broader base of our society, so that such initiative would not hamper that, right? Means a balanced approach should be there. Else, it in longer run, na, the gap between rich and poor will increase. This gap, we have seen the purchasing power per capita income of our country in 2014-15, it is like 73,000, somewhere around 73,000. But in 2023, it was there around 1.7 lakh. Are you guys earning 1.7 lakh? Any one of you? Nahi na yaar. But it is an average count that every Indian is earning 1.7 lakh. It means what? The gap is increasing. The gap between a elite society and the lower strata, the most disadvantageous section of the society, that gap is increasing. So such type of things you need to incorporate in your answers. It will show that you are sensitive to the society actually. आपको एक जॉब नहीं चाहिए, आपको एक अच्छा ह्यूमन बीइंग बनना है, एंड फॉर दैट यू नीड टू बी सेंसिटिव फॉर द सोसाइटी. और ये सब चीज यू कैन induct into the your conclusion or way forward, right? Now discuss the challenges of youth employment. ये मैंने देख लिया, हमने देख लिया. Conflict between sustainable development and environmental growth. See here, clearly mentioned in the syllabus that how sustainability is sustainable development environmental issues. Sustainability is what? That we need to use our resources in such a way that it should be available for the future generation as well. Okay. Or environmental issues, obviously, if you are setting up an industry, okay, setting up a thermal power plant, then we are doing deforestation. Okay. If you are setting up any plant, because most of the resources are actually there in hilly areas. And Dharwad region is there. Okay. So most of the resources are located over there. So वो areas में ना forest density is obviously there, and in order to reduce the transportation cost, आप वहां पे plant setup कर रहे हो. तो ये environmental issues is always there. Okay, if an economy is expanding, then environmental issue will always raise, and because of this only, na, this year European Union had declared 2 new regulations. Can you name those new regulations? Very good, Simmer. The first one is CBAM, Anna, cross border CBAM, and the second one is deforestation regulation. And this is going to implement by 1st of June or July. Yeah, these are like type of carbon taxes. They are going to levy on the import products. Okay, in that European Union. All right. So ये initiative European Union ले रहा है, then it is obviously going to affect our manufacturing sector of our country. And this can be a question. This is the news that we can go through in any newspaper, and how it is going to affect the manufacturing sector of our country. This was there in the syllabus. Okay, see here. This was there in the syllabus. Right. See here, Indian agriculture services sectors, industrial development in India. Okay. So ये linkage that you need to understand. How you can link your syllabus with the current affairs, the ongoing news. All right. Then coming to the next question. National industrial corridor, it was there in the news last year. See here, industrial development in India, lots of corridor. Indian government is like motivated to do Atmanirbhar Bharat banana hai, and we have a like fixed goal that by 2047 we have to make India as a developed country, right? So this is the goal, and for that we are doing lots of spending in the public infrastructure to develop this capital expenditures, and for that industrial corridors and those things, so that the ultimately the manufacturing sector we can like boost up our manufacturing sector, because we have seen the shifted pattern right from the agriculture sector to the tertiary sector. This is the pattern that India is following. Okay, after independence, like 70-80% of GDP is contributed by primary sector, and now around 60% of the GDP is contributed by tertiary sector, that is service sectors, and there is also quaternary sector now, right? So ये जो shifting we have seen the lacking in manufacturing sector, but if you see the pattern in developed countries like USA, Japan, China, South Korea, then you will find out कि नहीं यार, they are working on the manufacturing sector also. It is also increasing proportionally, right? तो ये सब चीजें जो problems है, ये क्यों नहीं आपके क्वेश्चंस बनेंगे इस पे? Obviously, RBI will ask such type of questions because this is the issue. Okay, this is the issue, right? Then the another question with respect to artificial intelligence in banking sector, always there in the news. We can always expect questions from here. Problem faced by economy due to migration, due to climate change. Migration inflicted by what? Inflicted by climate change. We have seen. और अभी ये क्वेश्चन जो है ना, इसका इंपॉर्टेंस अभी फिर से बढ़ गया, बिकॉज आफ्टर द इलेक्शन ऑफ यूएस, in the second tenure of Donald Trump, it has like अब उन्होंने अपना हाथ जो है ना वेरियस इंटरनेशनल मल्टीलैटरल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से खींच लिया है. ओके, एंड अल्टीमेटली इट इज गोइंग टू इम्पैक्ट, राइट? तो इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस बनते हैं. इट हैज डिफरेंट माइग्रेशन पॉलिसी विद रिस्पेक्ट टू लाइक इट्स लेबर, राइट? आपने देखा होगा कि इनबोर्ड्स भी हुए हैं इंडिया में फ्रॉम यूएस. ओके, इट इज सीइंग क्लाइमेट चेंज विद डिफरेंट woven with different aspects, right? तो ये सब चीज हम लोगों को इंटरलिंक करना है, and this is the syllabus. You have just interlink your newspapers, you have to interlink your financial daily things with your syllabus. All right, see here, they have given IMF, World Bank, they are talking, this syllabus is talking about the WTO, World Trade Organization. Now the relevance of WTO is reducing. Okay, and they will ask you a question over there in phase 2. Okay, that how we can say that WTO is at compromising position. Then you have to quote with different case studies, different examples, that how US is treating it, how it is getting weakening day by day, how European Union is treating it, how the Eastern countries, Asian countries are treating it. Okay, so these things you need to follow up, right? Now, so briefly we can see the decoding of ESI. These are the macro topics given in your syllabus. Growth and development. Growth is what? A quantitative tool, and development is what? A qualitative. कि अगर per capita income बढ़ रहा है, तो whether it is going to each and every section. अगर per capita is increasing, it is like 1.7 lakh as of, it will become 2.5 lakhs. Obviously India is growing, but is India developing? ये this is the question. Okay, तो ये चीज आपको इस एंगल से देखना है. Here you can see the HDI, GDP and other indicators, GNP, national net national income and all, right? Now next part, measurement and growth, talking about national income, per capita income, and from budgetary document also you can cover these things. Poverty alleviation, employment generation program, क्वेश्चन देखा हमने लास्ट ईयर भी क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है? तो वेरियस एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन, वेरियस पॉवर्टी एलिमिनेशन प्रोग्राम्स वे डिस्कस. लास्ट ईयर प्रोग्राम्स you can look into the economic survey, find out And for the future years, for this future year, you can just go on to budget in order to cover those things, right? Sustainable developments, the SDG goals, the 17 goals of SDG and 169 targets of SDG, how India is willingly contributing to meet the goals of the SDGs. Okay, in which aspects we are like doing willingly. Privatization, monetization and fiscal policy is there. Monetary policy and fiscal policy is there. Monetary policy जो कि आरबीआई थ्रू इट डिफरेंट टूल्स अभी क्या है. जस्ट टेल मी वन क्वेश्चन. बहुत देर हो गया, बहुत देर मैंने बात कर दिया. व्हाट टाइप ऑफ स्टांसेस आरबीआई इज फॉलोइंग? हॉकिस और डॉबिस? हॉकिस स्टांस और डॉबिस स्टांस? आशुतोष, I have, that's why I'm not giving you the like accommodative stance of all. I'm asking in these two senses. No, it is not neutral. Bhavani, it is not neutral. No, Sukanya, it is not hawkish. Hawkish is what? Contractionary measures that RBI is taking. You have seen na 2 days before, 1 week before only MPC meet was there. Okay. And in that MPC meet, we have seen that RBI had reduced, okay, the interest rate from 6.25% to what? 6%. Yes. And before this MPC meet, the meet was there in the month of Feb. It is a bi-monthly meet. Na? In every 2 months, it meets. In Feb also, RBI has reduced it from 6.5% to 6.25%. So, in two consecutive MPC meet, these key decisions with respect to repo rate is taken. Why? You need to focus on why. Why RBI is adopting such type of accommodative stances? Why RBI is like trying to expand this, following these expansionary policies? Okay, yes, very good. Global trade uncertainties, this is one of the reasons. Okay, FPI is moving out of from our countries. It has a number of dimensions. तो ये चीज जो है ना, आप आंसर्स तभी कर पाओगे when we will be there with the current. Sierra, major decision in Feb. क्या major decision था भाई with respect to cash reserve ratio? क्या decision? Just tell me. What was the decision that in the month of Feb MPC ने decide किया था with respect to Sierra? रेट रिवोल्यूशन हुआ था 4%. ठीक है, it was reduced by 50 basis point. ओके ऋषिकेश, गोल्ड का इंपोर्ट तो हुआ ही था, दैट वाज डिफरेंट थिंग, राइट. सीआरआर रिड्यूस किया ताकि बैंकिंग सेक्टर में लिक्विडिटी को बढ़ाया जा सके. व्हाई आरबीआई हैज रिड्यूस्ड देयर इंटरेस्ट रेट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू रेपो सेक्टर? सो दैट पीपल विल गेट मोटिवेट टू टेक loan from the banking sector, and ultimately where this money is going to get pumped? In the economic structure of our country. Means ultimately it is going to contribute liquidity into our country. Liquidity बढ़ रहा है, but at the same time we have a problem of rupee depreciation. तो आरबीआई को फिर फॉरेक्स के थ्रू इंटरवीन करना, राइट. तो इस तरह से यू कैन लिंक अप कि आरबीआई फॉरेक्स को डिप्लीट कर रहा है टू मेक इट रूपी स्ट्रेंथन इन आवर with respect to other global currencies, right? तो आरबीआई को बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, आरबीआई गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, बहुत माइन्यूटली अपने इकोनॉमी को अभी देखना पड़ रहा है और की डिसीजंस लेने पड़ रहे हैं. लिक्विडिटी भी बढ़ाना है और उसको कम भी करना. ओके, फॉर डॉलर का इनफ्लक्स भी बढ़ाना है, तो ऑब्वियसली इट विल रिड्यूस द इंडियन रूपी फ्रॉम द मार्केट. ठीक है, कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट of this ESI only. See here, at microscopic level, you can see these things like economic planning, from 5-year plan to Niti Aayog, the shifting, then globalization, the FDI trend in India, the FPI trend that we have seen recently in our country. We have seen now how stock exchanges collapses. Okay, how these FPI, these hot money is moving out from our stock exchanges after the various announcement done by US Fed. Okay, different trade agreements, WTO negotiations, what different trade agreements like FTA, free trade agreements, bilateral trade agreements. So India is pushing to these such type of agreements. Okay, because we have seen that earlier, before 1991, we have two major blocks: the USA, Western part, and USSR in this region, right? Asian Pacific region. So these are the two blocks. But now we are seeing that China is another block. Okay. And the trade, the international trade, and EU is also there. European Union is also there. Okay. So how these four blocks is affecting the international trade of our world? Okay. तो ये जो ट्रेंड जो है ना, that's why India is looking towards to make good friends. That's why India is making it is talking to push towards the free trade agreement, bilateral trade agreement, other comprehensive trade agreements, right? तो ये चीज को आपको समझना पड़ेगा that where the changes, why such type of changes is happening in our country as of now, why so many agreements is taking place, right? तो इस तरह से जब आप पढ़िएगा तो you will develop, definitely you are going to develop a conceptual clarity. आपके पास एक होल्ड हो when you will sit in front of the panelist na, in the on the day of your interview, you will have sufficient amount of stuff to put before your interview, right? So in this way you can deal with these things. Coming to the next section, like finance and management section. Am I clear to everyone? अभी तक क्लियर हो रहा है? Please write yes, no, any issue. अभी तक कोई भी डाउट है, you can ask me. कुछ भी with respect to ESI, कुछ तो क्लियरिटी आ रहा होगा in this session. सभी लोगों को okay, very good, very good, everyone is writing. चलो, I think it is clear to everyone, right? चलो, okay, thanks. हाँ. Now finance and management part, this is the syllabus. Okay, it is divided into three parts. The finance, I'm talking about the finance first. Finance, three parts: the financial system, financial market, and general topics. And these are the subtopics given. Okay, these are subtopics. Now, what type of questions they are asking in the description in phase 2? All right. What are the topics that are important for you for phase 1? See, these are the topics. Topic about the structure and function of financial, role and function of RBI. So RBI अगर open market operation अभी कर रहा है, then it is also a tool of RBI. If they will ask you question from OMO, if they will ask you question from forex reserve, if they will ask you question from rupee dollar swap, then what is new to you? It was there in the syllabus. लेकिन बच्चे बोलेंगे सर रूपी डॉलर स्वैप पूछ दिया आरबीआई इस बार, ये रूपी डॉलर स्वैप क्या होता है? ये तो पहले इस तरह का क्वेश्चन कभी नहीं पूछा. अरे इट वाज देयर इन द न्यूज़पेपर, इट वाज देयर इन द न्यूज़, दैट्स व्हाई आरबीआई हैड आस्क्ड. ओके, तो ये समझना इंपॉर्टेंट है, राइट? तो और हम लोग अगर देखेंगे, इफ यू विल एनालाइज ना पास्ट 2-3 years, then you will find that management part you can allocate more weightage to the management part. and ये बहुत easy section, बहुत easy section होता है और स्कोरिंग भी होता है मैनेजमेंट, ठीक है? और ज्यादातर क्वेश्चंस मैनेजमेंट से आ रहे हैं, ज्यादातर क्वेश्चंस मैनेजमेंट. लास्ट ईयर आल्सो यू कैन सी लाइक डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन, डिफरेंस बिटवीन ट्रेड थ्योरी, बिहेवियरल ऑफ लीडरशिप. लीडरशिप वाज देयर इन द सिलेबस, एक सेपरेट टॉपिक है, वहां से सीधा क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं. यू कैन सी ओवर हियर मैनेजमेंट में, सी हियर लीडरशिप इज देयर. ट्रेड थ्योरीज देखिए, ट्रेड एंड बिहेवियर क्लियरली मेंशन्ड इन योर सिलेबस, और क्लियर कट क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे मिल गया. इजी क्वेश्चन 15 मार्कर. आपके पास एक फ्रेम है, एक माइंड मैप आपने प्रिपेयर कर रखा है, देन यू कैन इजीली अटेंड इट. डेरिवेटिव्स, व्हाट आर डेरिवेटिव? व्हाई दिस डेरिवेटिव क्वेश्चंस अपीयर? Last year it was there in the news, or in repetitive mode, time and again it appears in the news, right? See a third question again, 15 marker question. These two 15 marker questions directly from management. right? And you have to attend any of the two out of three. What is channel of communication? Clearly there in your syllabus. You can watch over here. Channel of communication. See here. Steps of communication. Communication channel. Clearly mentioned. But 15 marks. Easy to score. 81 bonds. It was there in the newspaper. The bonds. Now certificate of deposits is there. Means banks are raising fund through this short-term instrument, certificate of deposits. So it was there in the news. Then we can expect a question from certificate of deposit in your phase 1 or phase 2. ठीक है, clear हो रहा है? Key factors that influences the ethics in business. See here, ethics in business. The factors which is influencing the ethics in business. The moral issues. Okay, ethics principle in business. Directly. These questions were picked up from this section. And the last one is difference between value investing and growth investing. Okay, तो ये जो एक वैल्यू इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है वैल्यूएशन के, एक ग्रोथ पर्सपेक्टिव के लिए इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है, तो ये जो चीज है ना, ये आपको अंडरस्टैंड करना है। सिलेबस को आपने अगर माइक्रोस्कोपिकली आपने देखा नहीं अगर माइक्रोस्कोपिक लेवल पे, देन इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू प्रिपेयर दिस एग्जाम, वेरी डिफिकल्ट। ठीक है, तो एक माइक्रोस्कोपिक व्यू डेवलप कीजिए अपने सिलेबस पे। जस्ट टेक द प्रिंट आउट ऑफ योर सिलेबस और देखिए यार, नॉन बैंकिंग इज जस्ट फॉर एनबीएस। Non-banking, it is talking about non-banking financial companies, non-banking financial institutions. So what are there in the newspaper as of now? If it is talking about the NAFID, अच्छा ये बताइए, NAFID was there in the news 2 days before only. So NAFID has made it has signed a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with a multilateral organization. Can you name that? 2 दिन पहले ही NAFID ने साइन किया MOUs. प्लीज राइट इन द कमेंट बॉक्स किसके साथ। एज वेरी गुड सीमा, वेरी गुड जायसवाल। एनडीबी, नेशनल डेवलपमेंट बैंक। तो NAFID वाज देयर इन द सिलेबस। तो यहां से आपका फेज 1 का क्वेश्चन हो गया दैट NAFID has recently signed an MOU with particular organization, okay, with particular institution. So the correct one is NDB, न्यू डेवलपमेंट बैंक, राइट। फेज 1 का हो गया और फेज 2 का यहीं से क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा कि the importance of NAFID for the infrastructure sector and how it is reducing the burden over the general functioning of the banking sector in our country. How it is going to reduce? कैसे जो जनरल बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री है उनका बर्डन कैसे रिड्यूस कर, राइट। तो इस तरह से क्वेश्चंस बनते हैं। ठीक है, क्लियर टू एवरीवन हाउ आरबीआई इज फ्रेमिंग द क्वेश्चंस? दिस यू नीड टू डिकोड, okay? If you are preparing for this prestigious examination, then you need to decode this, okay? Am I clear? Am I clear to everyone? All right, let me show you one PDF also. Is this PDF visible to all of you? Is it visible to everyone? Visible to Rajat? Okay, सक्सेस, हाँ अजय, ओके विजिबल। चलो ये देखो, ये है ना क्वेश्चंस जो पूछे हमने डिस्कस कर लिए 23 के क्वेश्चंस। देखो देखो, रिपीटेशन इज देयर। 3 गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स रिलेटेड टू प्रॉपर्टी एलिवेशन एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन। कितना इजी क्वेश्चन। अगेन इट गॉट रिपीटेड इन 24। monetary policy and mention them brief the last 8 monetary policy instruments, at least 8 monetary, वही रेपो, रिवर्स रेपो, एमएसएफ, एसटीएफ, ओएमओ, यही है इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स, राइट। डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम आरबीआई एंड फंक्शनरीज, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस। यहाँ पे देखो एक करंट अफेयर्स का क्वेश्चन, द प्रॉब्लम फेस बाय स्टार्टअप एंटरप्रेन्योर्स इन टियर 2 एंड टियर 3 सिटीज। तो दिस वाज देयर इन द न्यूज़, ओके, इट वाज देयर इन द न्यूज़। सी हियर कि टियर 1 टियर 2 सिटीज में किस तरह से स्टार्टअप इज फेसिंग इश्यूज, हाउ women entrepreneurs from tier 2 are driving भारत through startups। तो इस तरह से न्यूज में थे। if UNDP gender equality strategy, they are asking question from this, then it was there in the news in 23 के ये questions हैं कि gender bias against the women और ये reports देखिए आप. Okay, तो जो important reports हैं, जो like major reports है, वो भी आपको cover up करने हैं. Better migration policies for preparing world migration से 23 में भी क्वेश्चन आया, 24 में भी क्वेश्चन आया, राइट. तो यहाँ पे रिपोर्ट है वर्ल्ड डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट का, 23 अप्रैल में आया, एग्जामिनेशन से आपसे जस्ट 2 महीना पहले. तो इन दिस वे यू नीड टू सी हियर डायरेक्टली क्वेश्चंस आस्क्ड फ्रॉम आरबीआई करेंसी एंड रिपोर्ट ऑन करेंसी एंड फाइनेंस. सीधा सीधा क्वेश्चन पूछ दिया, 15 मार्क का क्वेश्चन. दैट मैक्रोस्कोपिक इफेक्ट ऑफ आरबीआई इफेक्ट ऑफ क्लाइमेट चेंज, थ्री लैंडमार्क ग्लोबल कोलैबोरेशन इन क्लाइमेट चेंज इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ करेंसी एंड फाइनेंस. करेंसी एंड फाइनेंस में जब जाओगे देखोगे, you will find that, see here, macroeconomic effect of climate change in India, climate change in financial sectors. Okay, policy options to mitigate climate risks, climate strategies back. ये 4 डॉक्यूमेंट पढ़ लिया, 15 मार्क्स आ गए. सो इजी. लेकिन कब पढ़ना है, क्यों पढ़ना है, why you will focus on these documents, why, this is the question. क्यों यही डॉक्यूमेंट्स पढ़ने हैं, क्यों? ये तो आ रहा होगा ना आपका कि यार यही क्वेश्चन क्यों पढ़ने हैं मुझे. तो ये क्वेश्चन इसलिए पढ़ने हैं ना, बिकॉज समवेयर यू विल फाइंड आउट दैट दिस क्लाइमेट चेंज और ये जो रिपोर्ट था, रिपोर्ट ऑन करेंसी एंड फाइनेंस व्हिच गॉट रिलीज्ड बाय आरबीआई ओवर द क्लाइमेट चेंज, इट वाज देयर इन द न्यूज. सिलेबस में था, नो डाउट, इट वाज द पार्ट ऑफ सिलेबस, लेकिन इट वाज देयर इन द न्यूज आल्सो. ओके, ठीक है, इसलिए पढ़ना है. सक्सेना, ठीक है. आप do we have to go separately for reports after finding out? You can follow up this reverse engineering. You can follow up this reverse engineering mechanism कि हाँ न्यूज़पेपर में देख लिया, कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट है, डिस्कस हुआ है, जस्ट गो ऑन टू द आरबीआई वेबसाइट एंड एक रिपोर्ट बना लो, एक हैंडआउट बना लो, एक छोटे 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 पॉइंट्स, ठीक है, फुट नोट्स बना लो. यस, इट विल बी अवेलेबल ऑन यूट्यूब, डोंट वरी युवराज. ये सेशन रिकॉर्डिंग इस तरह से आपका रूरल एंटरप्रेन्योर, if they have asked this question in 2022, 2020, I think it was a question from 2022, then it was there in the news. उस टाइम ही न्यूज में था, ये जनवरी में था, मार्च में था, एंड दे हैव, उसके बाद एग्जाम हुए हैं. सिमिलरली आई विल शो यू ईच एंड एवरी, they are taking question from newspaper, okay, from each and every, and this is the like example that how they are picking up. 21 के क्वेश्चंस देखो न्यूज में था. रोल ऑफ डेमोग्राफी इन इंडियाज इकोनॉमिक ट्रांजिशन, इट वाज देयर इन द न्यूज. पोस्ट कोविड के बाद में कैसे ट्रांजिशन हुआ, डेमोग्राफिक चेंजेस. तो यू कैन, यस सिरिन, I can suggest you just go for the clarity for your daily newspaper section. Okay, there we used to cover the things. Just go in that, and you will definitely find, feed your hunger of news. Right? Just try it. Right now, 2023 phase 2, ONDC, Open Network for Digital Commerce. There in the news. See here, ONDC sets new record. है ना. तो ऑब्वियसली अगर कुछ नया रिकॉर्ड बन रहा है इन द मंथ ऑफ जुलाई, ओके, इन 2023, तो यहां से फ्रेम कर लिया. देखो आपका एग्जाम कब हुआ है, जुलाई में ही हुआ है. हाउ मच अपडेटेड आरबीआई इज, ओके, इट वाज देयर इन द मंथ जून में, जुलाई में हो रहा है, 9 को 11 को डिस्कस हो रहा है, एंड यू गॉट ए क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम हियर, राइट. कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट, देन वी हैव लाइक हाउ आरबीआई हैज अलाउड प्री सैंक्शन. तो इस तरह से आपको अपने इंटरलिंक करने हैं चीजों की, जो न्यूज़पेपर में था वहीं से क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं. सिलेबस, यूपीआई इज पार्ट ऑफ योर सिलेबस, यूपीआई, एनपीसीआई, डिजिटल बैंकिंग इज अ पार्ट ऑफ सिलेबस, ठीक है, स्टैटिक पार्ट ऑफ सिलेबस. बट दे विल नॉट आस्क यू दैट व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ यूपीआई इज playing. They will frame the questions like this: RBI has allowed pre-sanction credit lines via UPI. Then how is it a step towards financial inclusion? Linking two topics, financial inclusion and youth. यहाँ पे आप लिखना है आपको the various initiatives, the jam trinity, okay, that Jandhan, Aadhaar, mobile banking, okay, core banking solution, the initiatives like UPI 123, featured for feature phones, right? तो ये सब चीज आपको मेंशन करना अपार्ट फ्रॉम द डिफरेंट इंटरनेशनल कोलैबोरेशन जो कि इंडियन गवर्नमेंट इज डूइंग एज अ, ठीक है, इन दिस वे यू कैन कवर अप नाउ कमिंग टू द दिस पार्ट, इज इट visible to all of you, the webinar section? All right, moving to the next slide, unmanagement part. अब ये मैनेजमेंट के यू कैन डिवाइड द मैनेजमेंट सिलेबस इनटू फोर पार्ट्स. मैनेजमेंट इज वन, organizational behavior is there, then ethics, and at the last corporate governance. Corporate governance at the last. Third one is ethics, the first one is management. तो ये जो है ना एक फॉलो अप, इट फॉलोज एक्चुअली ए ट्रेंड. ठीक है, अगर आप आरबीआई में जा रहे हो तो देयर इज ए मैनेजमेंट, ए सॉर्ट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट इज देयर कि मैनेजमेंट में क्या हो रहा है किसी भी पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में यू आर गोइंग टू सर्व, that what sort of management, whether it is based on scientific human behavioral approach पे है, what are the, how human relationship is keeping important in order to run those things. So management is there, एक अच्छा management चल रहा है, management is running good, okay, then it is, it will talk that management will look into the organizational behavior, that how the organization is behaving, right? And for that various theories are there, various, you can read out these theories in public administration also, right? Need based theories, human approach theories, two factor theories, post ops, Adams equity theory, lots of theories are there by given by various theories, right? That how the organizational behavior can be patterned up so that a particular organization can work is. तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिहेवियर हो रहा है, अच्छा हो रहा है, लीडरशिप इवॉल्व हो रहा है, लीडर्स आर देयर, यू विल बी द लीडर, ओके, लीडरशिप, and they are ultimately putting control over the management part, and they are modifying the things so that modifying the behavior of the pattern of the organization so that the organization will function smoothly. Then अब ethical part में आ गया, यार ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चल रहा है, अच्छे से चल रहा है, तो there is some issues with related to ethical act. Some people may be corrupt, some people are not taking initiative willingly, okay, so unethical practices getting prevalent in that organization. तो अब ये unethical practices को reduce करने के लिए what should be the proper measures that an organization, that a management should decide in order to mitigate, in order to curtail out such type of unethical practices. और उसके लिए फिर ये part theories of ethics, और यहाँ से question, you have seen the ethical principle in business, how we can reduce the unethical practices in the business, this part. Or at the end, जब everything is running good, management, organizational behavior is functioning properly with the proper codes, right? Ethics is there. Then the last part is corporate governance. That how the governance part will be there. How we can smoothen the governance of that particular corporate, right? So ये चीज, तो you need to understand this flow actually. You need to understand this flow. Am I clear? तो फिर you can develop a crystal clear idea regarding the management. इस फ्लो में पढ़ना है आपको मैनेजमेंट, ठीक है? और ऑब्वियसली कम्युनिकेशन तो हमेशा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, वेदर इट इज टॉप डाउन अप्रोच और बॉटम अप अप्रोच. कम्युनिकेशन, ये हेल्दी कम्युनिकेशन इज ऑलवेज इंपॉर्टेंट. दैट्स व्हाई ओनली आई एम टेलिंग यू दैट you just message me if you are getting it or not. Because this is also an example of communication. If you will give me feedback, then only I can understand na, that whether you are getting my points or not, right? So communication is always there, and it plays a major role actually in order to improvise the things, right? तो ये मैक्रोस्कोपिक व्यूज, यू कैन जस्ट गो थ्रू इट, राइट? फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम में रेगुलेटर्स These are the key regulators, RBI and its functionaries, banking system in India. Okay, that it is important for static as well as current, right? Age of doing business, age norms, financial institutions, the major financial institutions highlighted in the in your syllabus only, the recent developments and all. See here, it was there in the news. RBI asked the IndusInd Bank board to fix accountability over the accounting lapses. Okay, so RBI is issuing such type of directions. If it was there in the news, then why RBI is issuing that you need to understand where these banking industries are lacking, why the accountability issues are there. So you can connect the accountability part with this particular organization and the banking industries with RBI, with management. Everything is interlinked. And if you'll talk about economics, na, it is like it is forming a chain type. Means if one part of that chain getting affected, na, it is going to it will have an impact over the other parts of the chain. Right? That you need to understand. See here, if it was there that women's own 39.2% of the bank's account in India. This is a report by government of our country. Okay, means somewhere the financial literacy among the women's are increasing. So, but is opening a bank account sufficient? That it is it sufficient to say that financial literacy is up to its maximum? Whether opening a bank account is sufficient? If proper transaction is not happening, if the financial literacy, digital literacy we have not provided to this section of our society, then we cannot say that just opening a bank account. Because if you move on to the rural base of our country now, you will find that most of the women open their bank accounts in order to receive the subsidies that they are getting from various central government or state governments. Okay, in order to receive those subsidies, actually, they are opening up the account. They are opening up the account to get benefit from direct benefit transfers, DBT. Okay, to get money for Manrega. Okay, Manrega payment. That's why they are opening the accounts. This merely keeping 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 rupees in an account, it does not mean that they are like financially they are in a stable position. Okay, so this report is the question. You need to see this report as a question actually. Whether this opening a bank account and this is the achievement of our country, whether it is fulfilling the need. Right? Am I getting? Are you getting the point? Everyone, please text. Everyone is getting, na? Okay, very good, Thomas. Very good, Bhavani. Yeah, you are getting. Okay, Jaiswal. Yeah, Rajat. Ajay. Okay, everyone is getting, right? Chalo. तो और भी ऐसे न्यूज है जो recently it was there in the that RBI has done open market operation. It reduces the repo rate. Why it had reduced this? What are the key decisions that US has undertaken? Okay, how if US has increased the reciprocal trade, कितना reciprocal trade लगाया implement किया over in India for India US? How much? Yes, very good, 26%. So US in coming days, US is going to announce a reciprocal tariff of 26% for the import products from India, right? तो ये सब impact है. Somewhere it is going to affect the export industry of our country. And export and import sector is clearly mentioned in your syllabus. Okay. Then why not you are expecting a question in your phase 1 or phase 2 examination from this part of the syllabus, export and import part? Because this is the issue that our country will may face after such type of like tariffs, right? See here, FPI is moving out from our countries, how it is going to impact the other sectors like oil and gas sectors, auto sectors, financial sectors. Okay, how it is going to impact? It was there in the news in the month of November only. Okay, and again we have seen in the month of March that FPI registered FPI, FDI. These are the things in your static syllabus, and this is the news. Okay, in this way only you can decode your syllabus and you can like uh, you can frame up the things actually that in which direction you need to go. Then see here the third part, the second part, the primary and secondary sector. अभी तो यही न्यूज में चल because the stock exchanges is actually collapse हो रहा है throughout the world. Okay, so this is there in the news. And banking sector is raising money from certificate of deposit as of now. वहां से short term instruments use कर रहे हैं in order to raise money in multiples of 1 lakh, right? Banking industry. तो यहाँ पे questions है. They have given only this part, forex, money, bond, equity markets, but you need to look into in this microscopic level the treasury bills, commercial papers, certificate of deposits, government securities, sovereign green bonds, greenium. Okay, these are there in the newses, right? Chalo, similarly the general topic is there, and here also I have given the microscopic views. And जनरल टॉपिक में तो बहुत बेसिक है, बेसिक और डेरिवेटिव्स तो 4 टाइप के डेरिवेटिव्स है, डेफिनेशन एंड ऑल, ठीक है. रिसेंट डेवलपमेंट इन फाइनेंस, ये जो रिसेंट डेवलपमेंट इन फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर्स, you can see there is development in various aspects, so various aspects like digital development, है ना, like organizational development, the recent regulations that RBI has came up, the recent memorandums that is being signed up, development with respect to cyber security. So you can see this part of the syllabus with different perspective. Alternate source of funding, other sources से कहाँ से, green bonds, sovereign green bonds, obviously this is important, right? Then union budget, see here, it is clearly mentioned in your syllabus. ESI में भी था, यहाँ पे भी था. वहां पे ESI में अलग एंगल से पढ़ना था और यहाँ पे आपको अलग एंगल से पढ़ना है. यहाँ पे आपको with respect to taxes, with respect to non-tax revenues, with respect to fiscal deficit, with respect to revenue deficit, with respect to public finance, ये आपको यहाँ पढ़ना है. वहां पे आपको यूनियन बजट विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू ESI पढ़ना था, इकोनॉमिक एंड सोशल इश्यूज. यहाँ पे ESI बजट आपको विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू रेवेन्यू एक्चुअली पढ़ना, रेवेन्यू एंड एक्सपेंडिचर मॉडल, राइट? ठीक है, क्लियर टू दिस पार्ट ऑफ द सिलेबस एवरीवन? ऐसे आप डिकोड कर सकते हैं अपने प्रिपरेशन को, एंड यू कैन, आई एम शेयरिंग यू द स्क्रीन that we are providing to our students in our mentoring supports, and we are apart from test series program and apart from discussions, okay, we are also providing the mentoring supports. We are covering each and every section whatever there in your like syllabus in detailed form, okay, each and every corner of your syllabus, and then we also provide you subsequent test over those sections and obviously the mentoring steps. And recently we have also started an initiative with your weekly targets. In that we provide you the targets, and based on daily basis, daily targets are there. Let me show you. Is my screen visible to everyone? Is it visible? All right. So here in this column, you can find out the weekly targets. The first week from 1st to 6th of April was there. Second week got over today only, and such type of targets we used to provide to our students. All right, those who are enrolled in our courses on daily basis, they got good amount of questions for objective as well as subjective on succeeding day, and this is a day to complete this portion. In 7th April, it is allocated for banking system in India. 9th April for financial institutions. 11th for budget. Then Saturday is for current affairs. Week-wise current affairs. All right. And then we used to provide them questions good quality of questions and descriptive questions as well. All right. Now, let me show you that how we used to cover the different sections. See, in this section, you will find the analysis of our papers, the subjective part that we have already discussed, and the objective part also. Shift 1, shift 2, everything is analyzed. That how, if the questions were being asked in shift 1 from this, then where it was there in the news. Okay, तो ये चीज जो था मतलब you can find out from this section. Then finance part, each and everything is covered. You can find out that this is notes also there available in the trial section, that how we use to interlink your static syllabus with the current. You can see the linkages if RBI and functionalities have been dealing up in the classroom program, then at the moment only it got linked with the current. Okay, if you are talking about financial stability report, then when and why, for what purpose it was there in the news, that is important. Then only you can understand the sequence. Then only you can understand the chronology. Then if any particular topic we are discussing, then is that particular topic relevant for this year? Because there is lots of things na, in RBI and its functionalities also in order to cover. But why MPC, this repo rate change and all, it is important. Okay. So in this way, we used to cover the things. Okay. Market basis valuation and all. Now coming to the next section, in ESI also we cover these things. And see here, this is the very important part. Okay, that I am like pressurizing from the very starting of the video, that I want there where I am focusing the weekly newspaper analysis. Right. In this session, we cover the on weekly basis we used to cover the newspaper analysis. You can find out the newspaper is there, and then a crux of that particular news is there. So whatever important with respect to finance and banking, that we used to cover up in this section. For each and every week, you can find out in such way only things were covered, and it is not very bulky PDF. All right. See here, 12 to 18 Jan. What are the newses that were covered? Right. So for the complete week, it is like 50-60 pages and 77 pages, all because of these images. The images were also there now, so it got like 60-70 pages. Else it is like 30 pages PDF, you can say, right? And this way, the newspapers being covered in our on weekly basis. All right. So these are the things. Then quant, reasoning, and English also, from the very basic level till the advanced level, were being covered. The important topics, the relevant for your RBI examinations, covered from a very basic level to the advanced level. And reasoning also, things were covered in that way only, and again in English also, right? Now, coming to the next part that we used to provide, and obviously the test series that we will provide. Okay, the different tests for phase 1 and phase 2. Coming back to this page, so these are the courses that are available as of now to our website, and apart from other courses. So you can, if you are looking to prepare for NABARD Grade A examination 2025, you will get the complete coverage of the syllabus over the classes over each and every topic, along with the test, high level test series, power play tests are there, and obviously the interview guidance, along with the mentoring support. Mentoring support, you can speak to your mentor in order if you face any sort of issues. The course price is 2,999. RBI is there, and the same things we used to provide in RBI, the classes over each and every topic, the tests, obviously the PDF materials, interview guidance is there. Okay, and the price of the course is just 2,499. All right. And then at the last, we have a combo pack. Those students who are willing to prepare for both the examination parallelly, means RBI and NABARD, both the examination parallelly, they can look into this course, and the price of the course is 4,500. And whatever you are going to get in this separate course, and separate course that you can get in this combined courses. All right. So that's all for today, my dear friends. I will keep you updating about other things also. If you want to ask any question, then you can ask. Right. Now, just raise your hand. I will give you the option to ask any question. Platform is now open to discuss. Please raise your hands if you want to ask any question. I will enable the audio, then you can ask it directly. Anyone have any questions, any doubt with respect to this session? Yeah, Jaswal, you can now you can ask.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
So, my question is like I have been preparing for this examination before,
Yeah.
and so I'm actually already working
Okay.
in a bank. So I
Hmm.
usually do not get that much time. So basically, I do not need like suggestion on QRE portion because that I know I can cover through mock testing as well, like mock test and all. So my question is, I started preparing from management, and what usually happens is like I forget, and when I try to revise things, then it takes a lot of time. So there is like I don't know, like if I'm not able to strategize well, or so that is the question.
Yeah, thank you for asking that question. And that question seems to be relevant also because might be you're working. So ultimately, at the end of the day, your mind may be deviating on the many of the aspects. Apart from your studies, also the working schedule is also right.
Yes,
So
sir.
I think my voice is echoing. If you can just mute from your side, that
Okay, sir. Okay.
yeah. So what I was saying is that when you are studying management portion, now see, this is a static portion of the syllabus, and this static portion is never going to change because the concept will remain same as it is. There is no updation on that. So what you need to do is, as Sir was discussing in this session, that when you take up this management thing, now try to study the overall management aspect, right, in a different manner, in a chronological sequence. You try to take up it, right? If you're starting, just first start with the fundamentals and don't see these fundamentals as a thing that is a part of the syllabus. You try to apply these fundamentals wherever you are working. Just try to apply those rules of the post corp or whatever it may be in your organization and try to think on that manner on particular thing. Once this fundamental is done, right, the fundamental aspects of management is done, then what is needed? You are into the organization, you know the fundamental, how the management works, it's okay. Now you are there in the organization, say as a boss or as a manager, might be, or in the future might be in the RB. So as a boss or manager, you are the leader on one side, and you have to communicate your message on the other side to the your colleagues or your staff, whatever it may be. So you will cover this, you will cover this. And since you are as a leader, you are communicating the thing. When a leader communicates to its lower authorities, there should be a sense of motivation. Now, in your present organization, also, you might be observing there are people who want something, there are people who want other thing. So, how you can motivate, that is what the motivation theories are that we study. Once this is done with, then go with the developing the ethics, how you can develop the ethics in your right staff. And when ethics is done, how our organization can go worldwide or at the national level, we study corporate governance in that. So in a systematic way, you try to study the things. And if you just, after the session is over, I would ask you, sir, to open the first session of our management that was related to the fundamentals of the management. Just I will advise you just go through that session. You will not say that, sir, I have gone through this and I forgot this. You are not into the course, not to worry. I'll put that chapter as a trial. You go through it and you will definitely message me after this session is that, sir, the way you have taught that fundamentals of management, I will never forget in my life. That's a challenge from my side. So just go into the chapter. Once the class is over, that will be open to you. If you like it, right, just message me, yes, sir, the way it was taught in a sequential manner, I will not forget ever. I think that resolves your query. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, just please have a go through that. Definitely your issue will be resolved.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anybody else who wants to talk, wants to ask some questions? Okay, I will check some people are messaging in the comment box also. Sir, I'm following the newspaper current affairs on Feb month. As a joint, it will not be a problem because see, Feb month, it's the starting of the everything for the government. Economic survey, budget erupts over there, right? It comes over there and that sets the platform for everything in that year. So the 3-4 documents, what I would recommend everybody to go in detail. The first is your budget. Read it very well. The second is eco survey. The first half of the eco survey, read it very well for RBI. Second half is more important for NABARD. Then is your RBI annual report. Don't wait for this year's annual report. Read last year's annual report. Then some points of RBI's monthly bulletin. Not all. Some points I'm saying of RBI's monthly bulletin. Then is your finance ministry annual report. Apart from this, no need of reading any of the RBI guidelines circular in detail because that is being covered in the newspaper as well. I'm telling it again and again to the candidates. See, what is important from a guideline point of view, what is important from circular point of view, only those things we have to see in detail, which is being covered in the public domain in the newspapers. So any governor speech, which is important, any RBI guideline, which is important, any circular, which is important, 100% it will find space in the right newspaper. From there, then you have to go into the detailing of that. If somebody just first tries to read or go through the RBI website, it is an ocean. RBI website is an ocean of knowledge. You will get trapped over there forever. So do not first go into the RBI website. First, see what are the things in the news, in the public domain. Then take the help of RBI website for that particular thing. For everything, do not go into the website. What you want to read in detail are these important things I told you. Rest of the things you have to read superficially, not that in detail. I repeat: budget, eco survey, RBI annual report, RBI monthly bulletins, some of the few points, and the finance ministry's annual report. They should be done in detail. Abhilash, the combo will include both weekly and daily target.
Yes.
Yes, it includes both. See, integrated preparation you can do, right? For that, you can call us. We can recommend you as per your background, as per your knowledge. We can just give you the recommendation, right? For just sake of selling the course, we'll not tell that please take both. But just please call us in our contact number. As per your prior knowledge, we will give you the right advice. It's given in the website. It's given on the website. Just open www.c4scourses.in. You will get the contact number in the top. Muskan, yeah. She has some question. Hello, sir. In course, current affairs related to finance banking is only being provided. The current related economic. Yeah. See, this is a good question again, Muskan. And for the other aspirants also. See, in exams like RBI and NABARD, when the notification is released, in those last 3 to 4 months only, we try to cover the miscellaneous type of CA. Right now, if you go through the GA question of RBI also for the phase 1, what you will observe that around 80% of the question that they ask has financial and the economic issues attached with it. So right now, at this point of time, do not overburden with unnecessary GA, GK type of question, which will not give you anything in the examination. Don't pay attention to those subjects which is not carried over to the phase 2 of the examination because you want selection. GA miscellaneous news will not give you the selection, but if you're strong in finance related current affairs, if you're strong in ESI related issues, right, you will have a better performance in the phase 2 also. So those type of GA, CA that you're asking, we will give you the compilation once the notification comes as per the how many months it's required. So that is a very good question, and my message to all of you: don't waste your time in miscellaneous question right now because we will analyze the RBI question now. They don't ask much question of those type of sports awards and those type of वैसे फालतू के questions नहीं आते हैं. Most of the questions are related to ESI finance. उस पे भी invest करें अपना time. दूसरे चीजों के लिए जो GSE है वो लास्ट में जब नोटिफिकेशन आए लास्ट 2-3 मंथ्स के कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट इश्यूज देख लीजिए.
And that we will definitely provide.
Yeah, we will provide that, not an issue. So I have one doubt. I am following cloud affairs as I did before during Nawad. Now it is okay to, yeah, see, whatever the current affairs are giving, see, if you'll see cloud affairs, that's not updated daily basis. They give the very old type of news after 3 days, 4 days. But the current affairs that you are getting now, website daily, that is up to the mark, right? That is up to the mark and up to the point. Just I will show you the right in the website also if I can get that. Just I will show you how it's updated.
And in the current affairs section, now we can also find the miscellaneous news as
well. You can see the website. This is the website. When you go to the current affairs, right? You can see. What the best thing about is that it's daily gets updated. We are working out for the current affairs of today. It will get updated by the evening. See, 12th April, 11th April, everything is covered. And if you open this 12th April news, see what advantage you will have. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube, Telegram, you can subscribe that. See, we have table of contents. We start with international news. Okay, this is done. Then we go to the national affairs where everything related to ESI is being covered, whatever thing miscellaneous GA is also covered. Just scroll through it. Then we have a specific section of banking and finance, right? We have a special section. What are the things in the news every day from the 5 to 6 national dailies? We are compiling this, so you will not miss any of the thing from here, right? So this is a very good section of the right. You can see banking and finance, and those students who are preparing especially for NABARD, right? We have this economy section also, right? And agriculture section is also there. And apart from that, somebody was asking miscellaneous type of GK. That is also we are covering from every source. Even we are covering the All India Radio News also for this, right? So everything from the every important source, finance, economy, agriculture, everything is being covered. So it's my right advice to all of you. Just it's a free of cost initiative. You can go to our website and you can follow this daily current affairs, right? Which is updated daily. In cloud affairs, that you will not find daily.
And sir, after reading out these newspapers, now they can also attempt the free test based on these news.
Yeah, based on these news, we have free test also. That if you go back, right? If I go back into that, right? See current affairs, then you have daily CA quiz also. Just you can see that how many questions you like 11th, 10th. Every day we are posting the quiz also based on that. So just you can exercise your fingers, exercise your muscles, right? Nerves to solve the questions that what happened in the news, right? So this is there. So you have the answer over there also. You can check it, right? So that will give you some set, or you will remain updated for the thing. So that resolves your query, I think. Is enough time left to start preparation for both? Yeah, I told you, Amit, that it totally depends on your back end knowledge, that where you're standing right now. That's why I told you. I think this could be a personal thing, and it's a not common thing which can be applicable to all. Just to call us on our given number that's given in the website. You can see the top of the website. We have our number, right? You can call on this number, right? 88607734110, first number. We will definitely help you out that you can prepare for both or any one of the examination. No, quiz is that is a different quiz in the Telegram. This is a different quiz, right? Both quizzes are different. So last question I will take. Anybody, if you have, then we can close the session. Bhavani sir, I'm preparing for NABARD as well as sir, how to cover scheme related thing when you're preparing for both an RBI and Navadna, one thing what I will suggest you, there is a different pattern of asking the schemes in both the examination. For NABARD, it is more holistic, and for RBI, they focus on two things. The first is finance related scheme, plus they focus on social related issues of the weaker sections, plus certain climate related schemes. So this is the majority of the question what RBI asks relates to this, but in NABARD you have more variety of question related to other ministry, like travel ministry is there, MSME ministry is there. So it is more holistic coverage, but in RBI the coverage of the scheme is little bit less. You need to do a focused approach for the RBI. Right? Rajat, we will have a separate session on this answer writing. We will discuss in detail, right? How you can write the answer, how you can format the answer, how you can structure the answer. One thing important is that the time is limited. The quality of your answer more than the quantity of words that you're writing, that every topper is saying.
And here I want to include one thing, sir, that while writing the answers, now most of the students actually got distracted, right? So you need to get yourself attached with that question, the demand of the question, while attending the answer.
Context should be followed. That what context they are asking, you have to write in that context only. There, like sir was discussing about the UPI, right, and the role of UPI in financial inclusion. So you should club both the thing, both the context that UPI and financial. You should not deviate by writing UPI a lot of thing or financial. You should correlate both the thing, and that should be presented in your answer. 6 months to be on the safer side, you can cover from January, I think. You can cover the PIB. That's good enough. For preparing the notes, Muskan, as you are saying from the website, what I will suggest you, see, this is the smart way, what I'm suggesting you, that when you are going through it, right, just I will explain you. I want some space to write, right? Just. Yeah, here I will explain. See, when you are going through the daily current affairs, I will explain you how to do that. Now, everybody is preparing for different examination, or somebody is preparing for both the examination, RBI and NABARD. What you have to do, you have to write first, today's date is 13th of April, write in your notebook. Now, what you have to do inside this, just to create the sections, miscellaneous news, finance news, and agriculture news. If you are preparing for both, if you are not preparing for NABARD, right, you can leave this. So finance, how many things are in the news, right? That you write it just headers, nothing else, just headers. Say it was in the news, variable repo rate. So write it VRR, just the heading, and 3-4 points that is being discussed in that article that you will just write shortly. Okay, this much percent, this much percent, this much percent. Okay, this is there. Say the next news is related to monetary policy committee, right? So you will just draw again 3-4 arrows. What are the 3 points or 4 points that are there? You will write it. So notes that you prepare will be on this header basis only. You will not be preparing the lengthy notes. So after 3 months or 4 months when the examination happens, you will just see the what you have written on this date. You will go to your notes back like April month, what I've written. Okay, VRR was in the news. Okay, MPC was in the news. So let me pay a little bit more attention on this VRR. What is the concept of the VRR? What was in the news? You will revise it firstly. So this is the thing that you have to do, and you will see that 100% the questions that they are giving is revolving around these things only, what are in the news as per the trends of the RBI examination. Okay, so prepare notes, but prepare it very smartly. Do not write a lot of things because revision karna headache ho jayega. Jitna chota rahega, you can consolidate your preparation in a much better manner. No, in technical descriptive, grammar is not a matter of importance. That is important in English descriptive. Take care. Hope this webinar, right, has given you few of the insights, right? Many more things are there to discuss. We will come with more webinars in the coming days, and definitely it helps you in your examination. And please go through the management lectures, which I told you, I'll make it as a trial after some time. You can attend those and you can give your feedback that how you're getting the points. With this, a very good evening to all of you. From afternoon, it has happened the good evening. So we'll wrap up this session. Just sir will wrap up it and close this session.
All right. Thank you very much, my dear friends. Keep yourself motivated for your upcoming examination. RBI is definitely going to come with lots of vacancies. So just keep yourself motivated and all the best to you. All right.